Shout out Lucas. Shout out Brandon. Shout out CB3. Shout out Darren. Shout out Isam. Shout out Kenshin. Shout out Majid. Shout out Matis. Shout out Stefan. Shout out Akeem. Shout out Viscus. Let's get into the PA breakdown. Coming into today, Asia highs, midnight lows. All right. We took out both sides of the accumulation. So let's see where price ranges. We're generally looking for a rebalance at least into this range, at least the CE of it, and then seeing how price continues off of it. Boom, boom. Straight into the lower time frame. That's all you need to know. Just highs and lows overnight. London, you had a nice SMC. All right, printing it as bearish, setting the bearish narrative for now. So we're continuing bearish. Asia bearish, London bearish. Will New York continue printing bearish, or will it give us a reversal and take us higher? London continuing as bearish and stopping at this low right here, even though we were 17 points away from it, made me change my mind. I'm looking for bulls now, seeing how price starts to accumulate higher. I'm probably looking for some price to either manipulate higher to take us lower or manipulate lower to take us higher, which is what it did. We just took out all these lows right here, these accumulation lows, then started pumping. Before 9:30 opened up, we had a nice SMC. All right, so bearish SMC, bringing us lower, continuing lower. 9:30 opens up, rebalances inside of this order block right here. Not exactly the CE of it, but somewhere in it, and we just rejected hard off of it. You had turtle soup at these lows, price that got these lows to the tick, and you had SMT as well. But since we had a bit more accumulation below us, I wanted to see that this entire range get taken out before we, really go bullish. But this SMT did take us higher to sweep out these highs, turtle swooping it, and also making a fat SMT with the ES near London highs right here. Okay, boom, that flipped the narrative again to bearish. This is where you can start taking entries. Why were bullish entries here invalid? Because you see how we were starting to wick, starting to slow down. If we had full candle closure above these highs, like here, like a fat candle, if we had this candle here, and we were continuing higher and higher and higher, rebalance into the BC, then displacing again, then it would be perfect to take longs. But we just had displacement, and the rebalance, it didn't really come. The rebalance was just us disrespecting this range, So this is how I know bulls were not in play yet. But bears, they are right now, because we're looking to take out this accumulation lows. So what did price do? Give you a nice order block to take shorts off of. With the SMT, price starts displacing away from it. So fat displacement candle, you don't really have to wait or hesitate. You could literally see price looking to dump lower and take out lows. Enter anywhere on it, here, whatever, but stop loss will have to be above it. Boom. TP, the wick low, or targeting this entire accumulation lows right here, which would have been sniped out to the tick. That was your first trade you could have taken. Boom, just like that. Second, after we took out these lows, another SMT was formed. So from here, you had a lot. So first of all, this SMT right here, then another one right here, which let me mark it on. Yes, boom, boom. So two fat SMTs to bring price higher, but this one held longer. Why? Because we took out the last bit of accumulation, and the only thing below us was this order block right here that price was just rejecting off of. You know what I'm saying? So also after we made the SMT and price flipped it, price could have went bearish if this candle didn't close bullish. If this candle didn't inverse this candle, I would have been thinking, all right, we're gonna look to continue bearish. Maybe even going lower, taking out this low, these accumulation lows, these lows right here. But since price started reversing after taking out the lows and making SMT and turtle swooping, I'm like, okay, cool. Bulls are in play now, and this might be long term for the rest of the day. First trade you could have taken off the order block, price rejecting anywhere here on this candle, here, or you could have even taken it straight off the manipulation if you had the balls or confidence and discretion. But perfect entry would have been anywhere on this candle, stop loss below the manipulation. SL would have been crazy, 50 points. maybe 40 points, 30 points, anywhere. But you would have had to size down to like 7 or 6 micros would have been perfect. TPs. TPs, you could have TP'd here. CE of the Sebi. At the high of it. At the high of the order block. Or you could have taken it all the way up to these accumulation highs right here. Which price was just in the middle of nowhere. You know, you had this high right here. Oh, didn't work it out right. This high right here. You know, you had these. Any accumulation on the side you could have easily targeted. That price was looking to take out. After that, you had a rebalance and displacement again, so you could have taken another entry. If you missed the shorts, the longs, the re-entries here, you could have taken this displacement anywhere here, you know, off this, stop loss below. Targeting London highs, 30 points, easy. 10:45. I know, Lucas, you took a trade, longs, right? They weren't wrong, but they weren't right at the right time. You know what I'm saying? You entered a bit too soon. If you waited until we got this last bit of accumulation right here, which what price did, and you had a displacement rebalance, then at the displacement you would have taken it, then it would have been perfect to take. But it was just a bit too early. The longer you're out through the day, you just have to be more precise with your entries, and price is not as forgiving as it usually is in New York AM. So that was a quick breakdown. Any questions?
Yeah, I have a quick
Yeah, go
question.
ahead.
Like when you're looking like pre-market,
Yeah.
how come you weren't bearish? Niggas on Roblox. How come? how come? How come? How come you weren't bearish to that? You see that low you have marked out at the very
This?
bottom? Yeah, and then you said how you were bullish after we edged that low
Yeah.
because you didn't take it out. Why couldn't that just be a rebalance to send price even lower?
This right here?
Yeah, so how come like that pullback there couldn't have just been a rebalance? Like why did you think of that? Oh, okay, we're gonna be bullish now.
Because look at ES. Look how ES was moving away from it. ES was trading away from this low, you know? If ES wanted to
Mhm.
take out this low as same as NQ, you wouldn't have SMTs
Yeah.
above and below. You know what I'm saying? So you had SMTs in London
Okay.
printing us bearish. Then you had SMTs bullish to take us higher. Then bearish to rebalance us. Then another SMT to take us higher for the rest of the day. You know what I'm saying? Every time you see price edge a low, especially 17 points away, price could have easily taken this out at 9:30 when we had the bearish SMT, but it didn't. We just swept a little bit of accumulation, then we started reversing right here on the lower time frame.
Okay.
You see this right here? 9:30 opened
Yeah.
up, right? And then we started displacing lower. I'm like, all right, cool. I want to see this get taken out. I actually did. But once I see price
Mm.
reject off of this, SMT and turtle suit, I was like, all right, price might not be bearish for that long. We might be switching the narrative. And also overnight, look how much points we dropped. Like from, let's see, like 353 points. You know what I'm saying? So price is looking to do some form of rebalancing if we really want to continue the dump.
Yeah, it makes sense. And then would you say shorts were the most optimal or longs because high time frame was bullish?
Where for this?
Or would you say they're both?
Yeah, they were both valid.
Yeah. Or would you say they both had a
Early
problem?
macro,
Okay.
yeah. Early macro shorts were really clean and nice, and then literally into 944, 945, longs were presenting itself. So whichever or you were looking at, you could have easily taken. But with the narrative in play, just looking at the 15 minutes, how price was just taking out these lows, turtle soup, SMT, longs would have been really easy to spot.
Yeah. And how come you targeted the full draw instead of just that like 9:30 wick? 'Cause that's what I targeted.
This would have been valid to target, but
Yeah.
you know, being
Yeah.
in the markets for a bit, you know, price is really looking to step out this low if we really want to continue bullish. I was targeting
Okay.
this.
Just something that looked
Yeah,
obvious.
I was targeting this at first, but once I see price take this out and start rejecting, I just market closed it.
It is closed.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
but originally, like I would have trailed my TP here or like anywhere here if I'm looking to really target entire range or something like that. But yeah,
Yeah, that
your
makes
TP is
sense.
really nice and valid, especially on a Monday. You don't know what price is gonna do. It's better to be safe than sorry.
Mm.
But, any other questions?
I have two
Go
questions.
ahead.
When you map out SMT, do you only look at like the swing highs and swing lows? You don't look at like anything internal, right?
Yeah, no. Only swing highs and swing lows, proper structure. So, like, for example, here, the reason why it was in the middle, because This was chop, chop, chop. Then you had displacement. So price is like pretty much displacing higher, rebalancing, and continuing higher. So technically, this wouldn't be all connected. You would have this low, and this would be the next low. You know what I'm saying? Because like price is breaking out of the
Mhm.
range. But yeah.
Okay, I got you. And then my second question, on your order blocks,
Yeah.
do you map them out with just the bodies, or do you have like the wicks too?
Wicks. So body, the high to the low, wicks included.
Okay, wicks included. All right, thank you.
Yep. You're welcome.
So then do you do different, a little bit different from the Salman? Because Salman does it with bodies.
It depends, because sometimes the wicks are like too fat,
Yeah.
and then you would have to just look at the body itself. But usually in these scenarios,
Okay.
just body to wick or wick to wick, body, either or.
Yeah, it's just more so paying attention to the general range.
Yeah,
Kind of.
yeah. As long as it's in the same general range,
Okay.
it doesn't really matter. You don't have to be 100% accurate inside of it. You know what I'm saying? But you could still
Yeah,
see the
makes sense.
CE being respected. All right. Any other questions?
Yeah, I got a question. So,
Yep.
when price takes those lows,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So when price takes those lows, where can I anticipate the reversal like will end? Like at the internal high, or at the relative equal or the SMT high
So
after the reversal?
these lows right here.
Yeah. So after this
Mhm.
reversal, where can I anticipate like price will go? Because I market closed at the 50% of the CIVI, but I originally was targeting the internal high, but I thought since we had SMT that we could just rebalance and continue lower to take out that final draw.
Yep.
How can I? Is that just more discretionary, or how can I really tell where price wants to reverse to?
Especially on Mondays, it's better to be safe to start. So you targeting the CE of the CB, perfectly normal and fine, bro. Later on, you'll understand how Mondays and Fridays move, and you can target the entire highs or lows of it. But usually, it would just be the candles. The candles will tell you where price is going. So if you look at these candles, you know, Wicks price is starting to slow down. You know, price is gonna reverse. But if you have fat displacement candles inversing an entire like PD array in like one candle, you know,
Mhm.
you could target more. You could,
Yeah.
you know, slightly move your TP higher, or, you know, target more. But if it goes past your original TP, what I would suggest you do is just immediately trail it to your original TP. So even if you were to go BE or get trailed hit, it would just be at your normal TP.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right.
But mainly the candles will tell you where it's going, just by the body and like the volatility of them.
Okay.
All right. Any other question? Okay. Can you confirm if I'm understanding the strategy, please? If we have a Sibi or Busy and it's opposite of my narrative and it gets disrespected, we can use that as an entry model. And if there's no Sibi or Busy, we can enter either on a displacement candle or a displacement rebalance and displacement. Yeah. Especially when you have a Sibi, like for example, right here. Delete this. This. Let me delete this. Alright. Right here. You have the Sibi, okay? You can either take a Sibi respect, price respecting the Sibi, and taking the bearish trade. So price is respecting it, so it's trading away from it. So you could take a trade anywhere here, TP or a stop loss above, targeting the lows. This would be a Sibi respect trade. But if you're looking at Sibi disrespect, which is pretty much just price inversing this Sibi and just going past it, continuing higher, you know, you could take a rebalance displacement again. So like for example, price is displacing, okay, you can take the displacement, you could take the inversion, price inverses the Sibi, you could take the rebalance, and then the displacement again. So both can play out really well. So you are understanding the model CB3, and for your trade, you just entered too early. So you entered here, where price was slowing down at these highs. You know what I'm saying? If you were really looking to take the longs, I want to see clear displacement higher. So right here, clear, busy respect. So okay, that's one. Good, perfect. Price is respecting it, displacing, we're rebalancing, okay, but we're not having any clear continuation displacement. You know, this little tiny wick is telling me not much volatility to get you price pumping higher. You know what I'm saying? Like, if price was to pump higher, it was either to take out highs, then reverse. You know what I'm saying? which is what price did. But if you were looking for bullish, you have the displacement, that's one. You have the rebalance, that's two. But you're just looking for a bit more displacement, more volume a bit, to convince you that price, is really gonna go higher. Especially early into the macro, like at 9:36, 9:35, this is way too early to take a trade. If it's like 5 minutes or less from macro, that's fine, that's cool. But if it's like 7 or higher, then like you're really getting close to 9:30, and at 9:30 is gonna be really manipulative if you don't know how to read price correctly, especially if you're new. Do you ever have to deal with trading in school or just anywhere else apart from home? I used to trade at work. I used to go to the bathroom for like 5 minutes during a rush to trade on my phone. It would be horrible. I remember I had an XFA. I used to trade it on my break. Ran it up like 4K and I blew the account. I couldn't flip out. I couldn't geek. I was at work. It was horrible. So, if you're in a comfortable position to trade, like a calm area, like a library, you're not really stressed or nothing is going on around you, you could trade. That's normal. But I wouldn't really suggesting trading on your phone, aside from your PC or computer. But yeah, haven't traded in school though. I only started trading after I finished school. At what point were you able to quit and trade full time? I don't live by myself, so it's different for you guys. But after I was up 5 figures liquid, then I quit my job and then I just focused trading full time. Do you ever feel like you have brain fog, like your brain doesn't think clearly? Because when I'm at home, my thought process feels so clear, but when I'm at college, it feels kind of rushed and I can't think properly. Yeah, that happens all the time, bro. Especially over the weekend when I don't really look at charts or I just spend too much time either playing Roblox or doing something else. Your brain starts to get foggy and you won't have enough confidence in yourself in reading price. So you think what am I looking at? I feel rusty. I feel something is going on. But for that, you just have to keep consistent. Show up to the charts every day. Even if you don't take a trade, just go look and see what macro did. You know what I'm saying? So today, if you didn't take a trade, just go look at macro, see what it did, what you would have taken realistically, and just journal it. You know what I'm saying? Also, backtesting, use it as a habit of discipline, not as a habit of telling you your win rate or how much your money you're going to make. No, just use it as a disciplinary action. Showing up 30 minutes an hour, backtesting, whatever, just getting in your reps, you're chilling. If you catch it up. Yep.
What lectures would you recommend watching? I watched the narrative lectures I think 5+ times, and I remember it word for word. What other lectures do you think are super useful?
Let's go through them. Let's see, reversals and continuations. It's old but it's clean. I liked it. Order block lectures. Spam the fuck out of these. Internal versus external. Those are really nice. Displacement. CB3, I suggest you look at displacement and how you can use it correctly. You know what I'm saying? So you don't get tricked out by fake displacement. Fake displacements happen all the time. You know what I'm saying? Especially close to macro. Price is always looking to trick out traders. So the closer they are to sending price higher or lower, they will always give you a fake move. You know what I'm saying? So this fake move to take out all these people that entered longs here. You know what I'm saying? To take them out, then send price higher. So every time you see people on TikTok or Instagram saying, "Oh, I got stopped out, but I got ran to my TP," those guys just got manipulated. They got stopped out. They got finessed. You know what I'm saying? That's what manipulation is. It's just tricking people into entering, to take them out, then to send price to where they originally were going to go. Bro, I'm gonna be honest. I did a month or two of backtesting, and then I was like, fuck this shit. and then I just stick to like forward testing. I like forward testing, but I did do like back testing as disciplinary, and I was getting like 20 to 40% win rate. But on live markets, I was really making money, so I just like fuck back testing and I just stopped doing it. But starting out, if you're new, you definitely have to backtest to get an understanding of like the model. You know what I'm saying? A month of data or a month in real life time. I did both. So I was backtesting and I was forward testing at the same time. But I would prioritize forward testing more than backtesting. You know? So if I'm bored, have nothing to do, especially on the weekends, I would backtest like a month or two. You know? Maybe a day or every 2 days I would do that. Would you recommend trading London to London since the US government opened back up London? Has it been clean? Yeah, just leave London alone, I'm going to be honest. The only time where you would trade a session before is if New York AM is dead. If there's a holiday or like a bank holiday or whatever, then look to trade London. You know, you might get away with like 15, 20 points. You can easily take proper trades. But don't look for full moves. Always target internal in London. Because London has its own fake outs. You know what I'm saying? Like here, it's really hard to tell SIBI respect or basic respect. You just have to look at price in general. You know what I'm saying? So, trading away from this high, price got near it, selling off. Price came back to this high again, we sold off. Price came back to it, we just sold off. That's how markets move, you know what I'm saying? You guys will learn this later on, but yeah.
I usually like when I backtest, I do like 1 to 2 weeks. Would you say that's valid?
Yeah.
So I've been like I did like a lot before.
No, that's perfect, bro.
I just forward test.
If you guys are having like
Okay,
losing streaks in backtesting, especially if you're doing like a month at a time, I suggest just lower the frequency, but take breaks in between. So do a week at a time. Go do something, walk around the house or go on a walk, go to the gym, come back, and then do another week or two. You know, don't sit in your chair all day backtesting for 8 hours. It's just gonna fry your brain. There was other questions. Let me just. This is answered.
I got a question. So
Go.
when I was talking about those relative equal
Yeah.
highs, you said you wouldn't consider that relative equal highs
These two?
because we had SMT.
Yeah, these two right here. Yeah, we had SMT at them.
And then if you look to the left, there's another high
Yeah,
too.
that this high we didn't really take it out. If we took it out, I wouldn't really target London. But since London was just trading away from it,
So you wouldn't consider those relative equal then?
no. Because if you look at it on like 1 minute and stuff like that, you can see we clearly have SMT and price respecting this area. So because price could literally trade up
Okay.
to it and then just dump off like right here. You see how price was just trading away from these highs, even though they were small.
Yeah.
Price was just respecting, even if it's like by a point or two. We just kept trading away from these highs until we got to the lows, and the price just reversed off of them after taking out. But, yeah.
Okay.
But anywhere here, these would have been perfect because these, they're not prominent highs. These you can always easily get away with targeting, you know, especially highs near PD arrays or whatever. Perfect to target. But like real highs, like these, you know, yeah, you just be careful on them. Is there any other things you noticed, for example, with the thing you said? Like market stuff, like market, yeah, I know what you're saying, I know what you mean. Like small stuff like these. Honestly, it would mainly just be the order blocks and the doji candles that really, you know, that really just stood out to me from time to time. Price is always trading away from order blocks. If you look, this is an order block. Price is trading away from it. Trading away from it. You know what I'm saying? Any high or low, you would see price taken out. You would always have some form of order block at the high of it, and price would just trade away from it. For example, this order block, It might have been fat, but look at price. We were just trading away from it. This low, order block, trading away from it. This high. You guys get the idea, but yeah. Order blocks are so powerful if you guys understand how to use them properly.
Another question I have is like, how do you deal with like being patient, like long term aspect? Because like I feel like sometimes I feel like hella stuck when I'm trading, like in terms of progression, you could say.
I feel you, bro. I've
Not
went through
really,
that too, yeah.
not really like in the charts, like more like long
Long
term.
term, yeah, bro. I promise you, long term, you will always be progressing. Even if it's 1%, 2%, whatever. Long term, you're always changing. You're always getting better every day. Even if you might not notice it this week or the next month. But, bro, trust me, if you look back a couple of months from now, whatever, to this point, you'll be like, damn, I've changed a lot. Like, my habits, they've improved. My discipline has improved. My risk management, my ability to follow my rules, they've all improved. And overall, your technicals will literally improve the fastest out of all those things. So, being patient in the markets is really simple, bro. Setting auto lockouts so you won't have an excuse of price or like saying, oh, this looked really good to me or whatever, even though it was pre macro. Doesn't care, doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? If macro's at this time, you're showing up at this time, you're trading at this time. No excuses. Certain sizing. So if you're really nervous on taking a trade or you're over risking or you feel like you're getting too happy or you're too excited, size down. Size down. 5 micros, 3 or 2 to the point where a loss wouldn't even matter to you. It wouldn't affect you. The only thing it would affect is you improving your technicals and how to get better. So I suggest you guys sizing down if you're having this problem of being impatient. Okay, sizing down to the point where a loss or a win won't make or break your bank account. Okay, and you can just focus on taking the most optimal trade that looks perfect to you guys. And order blocks. How to use them? With manipulation. When price is taking out a piece of structure like these lows, or making a SMT or turtle soup, look at the order block. How are we trading away from it? How are we respecting it? And is price looking clean around it? If price is looking choppy around an order block, I'm not taking it. But if I see clean candles displacing candle closures, whatever, I'm taking them. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. But yeah, you usually want to take the order blocks that took out structure, that are formed after taking out structure, like turtle soup or liquidity seaport or whatever. If you guys look at the lecture, this order block lecture, I'll give it to you guys. Right here. I'll just put it in the right here. Wait. What the hell? Let me forward this. Cool. Losing money in itself never really bothers psychology. It's more about the fact that I am not good as I want to be. I struggle with it less now because I've improved a lot, but if you could touch on that. Bro, technicals, I swear, they're the easiest to fix. If you have psychology on lock, you will 1,000,000% be way better than me at technicals and psychology. For me, psychology is a weak point, but I make up for it in my technicals. But one loss could literally affect me. You know what I'm saying? One loss could make me blow max allocation. One loss could make me geek out. You know what I'm saying? So you being able to control yourself psychologically, or whatever that word means, will help you in the long run. Technicals, you can literally show up every day to a group call PA breakdown, and you could improve 1% every day. 100 days later, 100%, you're way better than you are now. You know, that's what I did too. For me, I would be at work, join the group call, someone was doing it, and I would look. Even though I didn't take the loss, I would look at what other people were taking and why they were losing, and I would understand and avoid that. So if I'm in the same situation as them, I wouldn't take the same loss. I would just avoid it. So don't only focus on your trade that you're taking, focus on the losses that other people are taking and how you can also avoid them. Love. Yeah, bro. Just showing up to group call, understanding why other people lost and why you lost if you did take a losing trade. And that will, bro, it will just, your progression in trading and technicals will 100% be way better. When's narrative lecture? I'll make it tomorrow. Tuesday, so Wednesday you guys will get it. Or if I'm not doing something Tuesday, I can pre-record it and then I can just give it to you guys, and then Wednesday we can do something else. Yep, 100%, bro. Always analyze the losses, because if you don't know how people are losing, you're not going to know why you lost. In the circle, I was scrolling on TikTok after New Year's. I seen Salmon with his little cigar. I don't know if you guys remember his OG profile picture, but he had a cigar in his profile. I hit him up on the messages on TikTok. I was like, "Yo, put me on, big bro." He was like, "DM me." I DM'd him. He was like, "This is my Discord. This is my YouTube. You know, free stuff. You can join for a free trial 3-day." I joined. I fought with him. Became my boy. I'm not gonna lie, for a month or two, I was brain rotting in there. I wasn't even like taking it serious or whatever. I was just joking around, making jokes, cracking jokes. But at the end of February into March, I started watching the lectures, back testing, and forward testing. And from there, I just 180 my whole progression and just took life serious. Yeah. How long you been profitable? My first payout was May. Yeah, I'd say since May was my first payout, but June was when I was started getting more consistent. But yeah. Nah, bro. You know you know. Trading. I started out in meme coins. I don't know if you guys remember meme coins. Like, it blew up like last year during like October, November, whatever. I would be at work. I would get my check. I would deposit it into whatever, Kraken or whatever it's called. Not Kraken, but Jupiter. And then I would lose the money. And I would get fed up. And then from meme coins, I went to options for like a month or two. Then from options, I ran it up to like 1,500, and then I lost all of it. And from there, I went to crypto. Lost a shit ton, but I did get a $400 payout. And from crypto, I just went to futures. I was doing crypto and options while I was with Salmon. Like, I had everything in my hands with Salmon, but I wasn't taking it serious at the time. That's insane, bro. But in general, I've been trading futures. I've been trading futures for like 10 months, 9 months. Overall, I would say a year. Trading a year.
What do you think helped a lot for you to like lock in fully? Like, what was like kind of like the thing that you did that like
Bro,
made you like lock in?
Salmon screaming at me, shaming me in public, in the group calls. It just,
What did lock in mean for you though? You just started like actually putting in
yeah,
work.
bro. I would like spend less time talking in Discord, like in general chat, whatever. And instead of that, I would just watch lectures, forward test. If I'm not forward testing, I would just do something else with my life, either work. I was working at a coffee shop. And if I wasn't doing that, I was just playing Roblox, you know, getting my mind off trading. What do you think is people to get a couple of payouts but not reach consistency? I notice it a lot, and I want to know if you have any insight on why this happens. Yeah, easy. When you get a payout, this happened to me too, alright? When you get a payout, it might not get to your head at first, but it will slowly get to your head, and you will start talking differently. You will start acting differently. Subconsciously, of course, you won't notice it at first, but the people around you might notice it. They might pick up on the little social cues, but you will start building an ego. Once you build this ego, there's 2 ways to solve it, okay? 1, it comes natural. If you don't fix it, this comes naturally. The markets will easily, humble you. Second way you can fix it is by understanding that you are acting different. You know, you're acting brand new just because you got to pay out, but you're still broke, so that shit doesn't mean shit. You turn to God. God, you go, you pray to God. This is how you become humble. Just praying to God and thanking God for everything. Because without God, bro, you would not be here. You would not have gotten the payout. All the success you're seeing is through Him. It's not through you. Just because you started getting good in the markets, thinking you're better, you're not. You're not any better. I promise you. It's all thanks to God. God put you in the position to be able to understand stuff better. But overall, God. Second of all, you will start sizing differently. You will go from 1 mini to 2 to 3 even, and you're just moving fast. You're like, yesterday you were making 500, the next day you're making 1,200, the third day you're making like 2,000 whatever, and you keep getting too high. You know what I'm saying? Once you get hot enough, you will either explode or you will just lose that fire and you just burn out slowly and you die. But before the 4th day and the 5th day of you getting your payout, guess what happens? You size up too heavy. Let's say 3 minis. You target too much, thinking you're hot shit, and you blow the account. So that's one way to get humbled. It's through the markets. It will do that for you. Second thing, you get a couple of payouts. Okay, you start adding accounts. You start sizing up a little bit. This is the thing. When you have more accounts, you don't want to size up. You want to size less. So if you have 1 to 2 accounts, okay, you can size a mini to 15 micros, okay? Nothing more. Just a simple amount. But if you have 3 to 5 accounts, you want to size max 8 micros to 1 mini max. That's it. Compounding is insane. If you guys just understand how compounding works, it's crazy. For these 2 accounts, you would need to make, let's say, 10K total to get a 5K payout, right? But for 5 accounts, all you need to make is 2K total on each account, which is literally in 5 days you can easily make this targeting $400. So 5 days you can easily make 1K, and that would be a 5K payout across 5 accounts. It's that simple. Compounding is insane. Yep. Let me go back. I got 2 pets in July. I haven't touched one since. Bro, if you do it once, you can do it again. I promise you. If you run it up once, you can run it up twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5. It doesn't matter. All you need to know is that, can I follow my plans again to get me to that stage, you know? I don't know about this. This is crazy. I'll teach you guys crypto and swing trading later. We'll prove on this, Brandon. God willing. Finish all of them. Finish all of them. Don't get too excited, Akeem. You know what I'm saying? Don't think you're getting comfortable with the strategy yet. You haven't really done a lot with it, so you know you 100% got it down. Complete all the lectures and continue forward testing and back testing. And you will easily get an eval, and then you can easily pass it within a week or 2 if you genuinely believe you have everything on lock. But yeah, just make sure you complete all the lectures first, so you don't miss out on anything. Because one lecture, it could be the last lecture. It could literally make you avoid a loss that you could take before passing your eval. When did you start adding more accounts and seeing success? Alright, let me give you guys my scaling plan. For me, depending on the payout size, I would get 1 eval, get 1 to 2 payouts on it, then I would add 1 to 2 evals. Alright, while I'm copy trading them, I would get like another payout, and with that payout I would activate the 1 to 2 evals. So I would have 2 to 3 XFAs. Okay, from there I would trade these. I would get a payout or 2, so I would get like total, let's say 2 cycles of payout, so like 4 to 5 payouts you get with 2 to 3 XFAs. From there, then I would add 2 more evals, final evals, and I would trade them. And within this, I would probably get another set of evals, or not evals, but another set of payouts. And I would blow the first eval, then get payouts on these, then I would blow the second evals. It was just Just a cycle, pretty much. Sir Brandon. We're gonna get back to your prime, bro. Trust. Before this new year ends, you will at least have something, to show. I am Muslim. Alhamdulillah.
Was there ever a point where like you were in like the break even stage?
No. It's better to be break even than to
Not
take a
really.
loss. For me, I was just blowing accounts. Every time I take a loss, it would affect me and I would blow the account. It's better to
You never had
go ahead.
you never had like a point where like you were up like one week, then like you lost all your profits like the next week, and then that kind of just like kept happening. Because I feel like that's kind of like the thing like I'm stuck in right now. Where like one week I do like really good, and like the next week like all my profits are gone basically, and I'm back I like break even on the account.
Yeah, that would happen to me a lot, and it would just be. Fuck. But yeah, that would happen to me on the accounts, but it would just be a daily thing. It wouldn't even be weekly. One day I would make 1,000, the next day I would blow it. For that, you just have to be
Yep.
consistent. So you don't want to get too hot. You don't want to get too excited. Don't let that P&L get to your head. It's legit nothing. You know what I'm saying? Detach from the outcome and just focus on trading in it of itself. The money will literally come, like from you just taking a good
What do you
trade.
think were ways that helped you that like actually like detach from the outcome?
Forgetting about my P&L, just thinking that it's just an eval, it's just a paper account. Like if I pass it, I'm still gonna be poor. I'm not gonna be rich until I prove myself by making a lot, like 5 figures, whatever. Plus, that's when I really can
Yeah,
think,
makes sense.
okay, yeah, fine, I'm good at this. Yeah, find anything that will help you detach. Anything that will remind you, especially if you look at your life, your family, or even the homeless guy out in the streets during the winter time. That 100 or 200 that you're making every day is a lot to people. People in third world countries. Even I seen it myself. I used to work in Iraq. I went to the summer to work there. I would work from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. for $15 a day. The entire day, it would just be $15 a day. And sometimes I wouldn't even get that. Sometimes they would even finesse me. But bro, I'm grateful still. I deadass have pictures of little kids driving like cars. They would skip school to drive like little buses or whatever to take people to work, take people to school, whatever. Bro, you see that everywhere you go in third world countries. So you have to realize you're really grateful for what you have, and you won't get anywhere else in life if you don't be grateful for what you have. And that's how you detach truly
Yeah,
from
makes
the outcome,
sense.
bro.
Like I feel like that's like my biggest issue right now.
Yeah, bro, literally.
Like the P&L gets to my head, and then like the next week I just do like shit.
Nah, bro, just stay on the same sizing that you're doing. So 8 micros, whatever, and continue trading. Don't let that P&L get to your head. Cover it if you have to. Do whatever you need to. Just make sure. Tell yourself every time you get too excited or too happy that you're up 1,000 or 2,000. This doesn't mean shit to me. It doesn't mean shit until it's in my bank account. For top step, you go to settings and you can go to privacy and then you can turn like these.
Yeah,
And
makes
for
sense.
trading view, I think you can right click on it and then set the thing to ticks instead of dollar amount.
Oh yeah, you can do that too. Yeah, you're right. Let me do that right now, Loki.
PVC chat, bro. This is how people are living in third world countries. This is how you gotta be like really grateful for your life. This kid was driving me around for like 30 cents. And he skipped school in the morning to go work because his dad has passed away and his mom can't work. Every time I get too excited and happy about my P&Ls or how much money I'm making, I just remember people who are living in worse conditions than me,
Yeah,
and I'm
makes
just
sense.
grateful for everything, even if it's a small payout, 1K, $500, $100, it doesn't matter, bro. It's truly a blessing. And thank God every morning and every day when you wake up before you go to sleep. Thank God for everything, bro.
Yeah, I literally been like Umrah recently.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah.
And there's like hella like homeless people that I've seen too. And also I went to Turkey as well. And there's like hella kids who are working as well. Yeah, like yeah, makes sense. Where was this?
This was in Iraq, like outskirts of Baghdad, like the main city. Now that we are in December and I have 0 payouts, if I notice that PO is low probable, this one's zero for me to just step away. You saw, just trade, bro. Don't let other people tell you what price is gonna do. You know, be different than people. Don't just follow the crowd of people saying, "Oh, price is gonna be bad. Price is gonna be bad. Price is gonna be bad." If you think like that, you're gonna think every day is gonna be awful. But first day of December, like you seen today, price was clean. You could have taken shorts. You could have taken longs. So don't let other people sway your opinion. Just trade what you see and trade it confidently. If you're not confident in it, forward test it. Go on paper or go one micro to the point where that loss won't affect you. And that's how you will improve in these conditions. The more rough the conditions are, the easier it will be when price starts clearing up. Any other questions, beautiful people?
How do you deal with FOMO? I feel like that's the most difficult thing for me
FOMO?
when it comes to
Yeah.
psychology. Yeah.
So, what time are you entering the trade?
At macro.
Like what time exactly? Like 9:45.
9:40 to the macro time. I took. I mean, if you mean today, I took the longs.
The longs. Okay. Start setting your lockouts at 9:44. All right. Set it at a specific time, even if you're past OTE, or OTE still hasn't protected itself. Always keep yourself locked out till that specific time. All right. So that way you won't FOMO into any entries. Like for example here, I didn't have lockouts way before when I've trading macro or whatever. I used to always enter at any clean displacement that I see, but I would always get tricked down and faked out. But once I set lockouts to exactly 9:45, even if the move was past me, I can always catch a rebalance, or I can always just catch the continuation. You know what I'm saying? Specific time you set to yourself, and you tell yourself that you will show up and you will take a trade at that specific time. Earliest time I will trade
That makes sense.
is for me, the earliest time I was trading was like 9:43, 9:42. But since macro was changing and always, adapting, right now it's like 9:38, 9:37. And the latest would be like past 10, like 10:05. I wouldn't really trade anything past 10:05. That's if macro still hasn't presented anything. But if macro presented something, I'm not gonna take a trade at 10:05 or 10:15. It would just be FOMO. You're missing out on the move and you're just too late. See you, AP. Have a good one, bro. Trade breakdowns. You guys daily trades. Start from top. Forgot about these, but Friday forwards. So you guys were cooking. Rayon, clean, beautiful trade. Unfortunate that you could have traded though. CB3.
Yeah, I got fixed randomly.
Yeah. For TPT,
It's fixed now.
they randomly bug it out and then.
I think just trade was done for this day, but it's fixed now.
Like that. Yep. CB3. Market structure shift would be here. This would be the high right here, you know? Because this is just in the middle of it. It's not really past it. So your market structure shift would be here, alright? Second thing, I don't know why you have like 2 market structure shift marked out, especially here. You would want to do it at the high or the low. So it would be more like a PXH. So price goes higher, rebalances, then displaces. Your trade, you didn't wait for a rebalance. Not a proper rebalance, okay? If price displaced higher, rebalanced into here, and then continued higher, then it would have been valid to take the trade longs. But since no proper displacement, it is iffy. Isam, beautiful to the low. Same thing as CB3. Longs, clean, beautiful. Jonathan. Duca, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. 945 exactly, bro. See how 945 presented something for you to take? So you didn't have to enter early or enter late. Just beautiful entry. This is how you want to trade. No FOMO. Akeem, same thing. Beautiful. Yep, answer this. Kachima, beautiful as well. CE of the CB targeting. Beautiful. David, clean. Beautiful. Good, good, good. Brandon, same thing, bro. Killing it, my boy. Beautiful as well. Targeting C of the CB. Yep. AP, clean. But you could have targeted more. This order block would have been invalid because opposite manipulation. So we had bullish manipulation. Now we got invalidated. Why? Because we have bearish and we're still continuing bearish to take out more lows. So this would get exited out and you could target the low right here. Aeon, clean, beautiful. Targeting this low right here. Yep, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, bro. First payout I got, I was happy. I was trying to show my family, show my siblings. They were like, damn, why don't you pay for everything now? Like, why can't you just pay for all the bills, pay for everything, stuff like that. From there, just red signs, red flags everywhere. Stop showing the payouts, stop giving the money. Just became stingy. I'm just kidding, but don't ever tell your family what you're doing. If you're making money from it, bro, keep it hidden. Only between you, God, and the people that know and that truly care for you. Yeah, bro. Your parents, they're more traditional and old school. I don't know about your parents, but mine are like traditional and old school. They want me to go get a job, whatever, but I just don't like the 9 to 5 life. You know, I hate it. I can't just wake up at 6 a.m. every day after blowing evals the day before. It just pisses me off. Yeah, that's why you don't tell them anything, because they're going to put expectations, and that expectation is going to bring pressure too. You really don't want to have pressure on your back, especially when you're trading, because you're already dealing with a lot of pressure from trading technicals, psychology, over trading, oversizing, FOMO, greed. There's so many aspects to trading. It's like a tree. The tree has so many branches, and each of the branch has branches in it of itself, you know. It's better to avoid all these unnecessary problems and pressure by just not telling them, and just between you, the charts, your mentor, your friends that are trading, and God. That's the only people you want to keep this close with. But yeah, if she asks you about it, tell her you quit. You know, if she's asked where you're making money, just be like, oh, just money I have saved up. That's what I tell my parents. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Alright, for the longs, what made you classify the order black? Order black, I thought the bullish candle would have to close above the bearish. No. Order blacks is just the opposite candle of the last one. So, for here, bullish, bearish. So this would be your order block here, bearish, bullish. So for bullish order blocks, you're just looking for a bearish candle, but a opposite candle after. You know, it's just opposite candles. So you have one candle going up, one candle going down for bearish scenario, and for bullish you would have one candle going down, one candle going up. Yeah. Yep. It doesn't have to always be a close above. Most scenarios you might have a close above or a close below, but as long as they're right next to each other and opposite candles, it's an order block.
What do you do in your free time? Or is it just Roblox all day, every day?
I play soccer, when I have time to.
Ah,
But
okay.
yeah, maybe Roblox here and there. But mainly, like, these days, bro, I
Yeah.
just help out people, TPA,
Like, what do you mean?
like, Salmon hit me up.
Oh,
He's like,
okay,
yo,
yeah, yeah.
help out TPA. I was like, bet. I like helping out people. Salmon helped me out. So I just returned the favor to him.
Oh, yeah, makes sense.
How has your life changed since going full time and being consistent? Realizing I have so much time in my day, bro. Like, you don't understand how much time you have in your day until you sit and just look. I'll be real, like, I'd be lying if I say I don't brain rot for a couple hours on my phone, like doom scrolling or whatnot. But my life, bro, I don't know. I haven't bought clothes yet. I haven't bought new shoes. I haven't done a lot of things. I just give some money to my mom, groceries, pay for the bills. Maybe go get coffee. Maybe go out with friends. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just humble life. Alhamdulillah. Just trading now just feel hard on lunch. Yeah, I'll be real. Like, I can't think of a day where I can go by without thinking of trading or surrounding my life with trading. Secure? Yeah, I would say I'm somewhat secure. Like, liquidity wise, stuff like that, yeah. But you would feel somewhat secure when you're 10K plus liquid. 20K liquid plus is perfect amount to go full time and focus on trading because you proved yourself with payouts and consistent payouts as well. Otherwise, you wouldn't be at 20K liquid. Second of all, you would have enough money saved up so in case anything goes bad in trading and you go down a spiral and you blow accounts or exit phase, you can always go and find a job in the meantime, because you're chilling on money, so you're not really stressing. What's the best for someone with no payouts? Go with Top Step. They have the new accounts, the no activation for $89. With the tax is going to be like $96, but it's the best thing there with lockouts. Did that just come with more money hitting? Yeah, 100%, bro. And also, as the money is coming in, you're gonna detach from it as well. I'll be real, it doesn't even feel real sometimes. Like, it just looks like a number on my screen, and I can just keep withdrawing from it. But it'll get to a point where it'll reach zero, and you won't feel secure anymore. So, for that, every time you get fat payouts or a lot of money, always withdraw 1,000, 2,000, whatever, and look at it in dollar amounts. Like, how much money am I realistically holding? And every time you buy an eval or a reset, take a little bit of that money or equal to, and just set it on fire, and you will realize quickly how much money you're burning. So you won't really get to spending stuff on dumb shit like clothes, designer stuff, or just going crazy with the evals. Blowing the evals, resetting them, buying more evals. Perfect amount would be any amount, especially if it's your first payout. But for me, I would say a 3,000 payout, $3,000 payout, 3.2K, 3,000 to like 3.2K would be perfect because it would leave you with $1,500 buffer or 1,600. It's available till December, end of the year, Lucas. Yeah, it's only for like first activation or like first people, first customers. But the Rebo will be the same, so it'll be chilling.
Wait, the Rebo 60 as well?
It'll be the same amount you.
Yo, I didn't know that.
No, it will only be until the end of the year. Usually at like the end of December,
December 31st.
Yeah. But I'd be careful though in case it just goes out. Yeah, I'm thinking about moving out though, but I have to make more money. But car, bro. Uh, so I went crazy with the Ferrari. I might just have to match this one up. I do want to live eventually, like when I fully bred it up. I want to move to a Muslim country, but like some American, law or something like that.
You don't want to live in the States no more?
Nah, I hate that. I hate it. Maybe if I buy a penthouse in New York City in front of Central Park.
It's gonna cost you like $1 million a month, bro.
Yeah, that's never happening. So you're locked in at the price. What do you mean, J-Lu? Yeah, 40%, but only one account. First time use, and the repo will always be at the price you bought it at. How did you become secure in your abilities to trade before getting a payout? Me? Following my rules, bro. I used to not follow my rules a lot. I used to go on like streaks of like losing, blowing evals, or whatever. Until one day, bro, I got tired of it and I just started following the rules. And I felt good. When you follow your rules, you feel good. It's like going to the gym every day. You're eating healthy every day. You feel good about yourself. You wake up good. You feel refreshed. That's how it felt following my rules. Especially when I go on a streak of following my rules for like 5 days, 10 days, whatever. I would feel the best, and I would always chase that feeling. When you chase that feeling, it's like chasing the high in trading. That's technically the high in trading. I'm gonna be honest. It's just following your rules and getting in that locked in state of just being addicted to doing good.
Yo, I was gonna ask, how do you deal with like losing while following your rules? Because I feel like that's what affects me the most. It's like when I follow my rules, but I still
You have
lose.
to understand, bro. You can only read markets to a certain degree. You will never be the market maker. You will never be right. Even I lose sometimes. But who cares? I just come about it, go about it, come back the next day, trade again, and hit a better banger. So not even if you follow your rules to a T, even if you read everything perfectly, markets can literally do anything, and you will just get stopped out. At that point, bro, I would just blame the markets and not me, and that's how I cope.
Okay.
But those days are rare. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Have you hit? Nah, fuck. I'm fucked on my taxes. I'm not gonna lie.
You said you fucked with your taxes?
Nah, not yet. Like I haven't filed anything. I don't know how to file them. I'm gonna get a CPA.
That's Salmon.
Fuck, he hasn't paid his taxes either, bro. I'm thinking about it, Lucas. I'm probably not gonna pay the 2026.
Doesn't TopStep not have like a tax form?
Yeah, they'll send out one, hopefully. If not, then I'm fucked. But best believe all those evals that I've blown and the resets, ooh, free deductibles. Isam, you might get away with it for like a year, but the next year you have to file them and then you would have to pay the previous amount. So even if you do get a payout at the end of the year, Isam, you won't really have to worry about much. Because unless you're making like 20K plus before like April or February, whatever the tax period, then you're good. Yeah, Lucas, you can write all that off. Think of it as like expenses or whatever. How do you write off with trading? Easiest way is getting a CPA and just letting him do everything. The hard way is just doing it through like TurboTax, the app on your phone, and just going through the section, and it would be like write-offs or deductibles, and then you just go and calculate. You go on TopStep, you go to your billing, your history, and just adding up everything. And it's just gonna take a lot of time. Early this year, and I have no idea how to pay tax. I'm hella scared. How much did you make in e-coms, if you don't mind me asking? Nah, you're good, Isam. If it's like, you can get away with it as long as you file it. you can pay it next year, like the following tax year. 30K profit? Yeah, bro, you're chilling. You as long as you file it, right? I feel you. But just file it. Make sure you file it. I'm not financial advice or whatever, but get a CPA, just double sure and just talk to somebody that's trained. But I would say ChatGPT. Yeah, if it's blown, you're chilling. Just tell them niggas you ain't got shit. Spin back next year and I got y'all. I'm definitely not gonna pay my taxes for 2025. I'm not paying them. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna hold off till 2027. Then I'm gonna pay them. Then 2026, I'll pay them in 2028. And just keep delaying it by a year, you know? Until I'm financially up, and then I can be on time with my shit. Fuck. Bro, that'd be crazy. Damn. When I was 16 years old, I remember my tax, I made like 5K from my job in the year. I thought it was hot shit, bro. Bro, what am I gonna do in Puerto Rico? Even if I go there, I still have to pay, like, I'm still a citizen, you know? They'll still take 40% of my shit.
It's like it's 4.
No, not in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico's 4.
No, like your citizenship. Even if you go to a different, like, country or whatever, you still have to give them taxes or whatever. Unless you denounce from the...
Oh yeah, the first time, right?
Oh, something like that. I heard it somewhere. I don't know. But alright, back to the main topics. Any other questions? So how long have we been? An hour and 7. Fuck. It's gonna take a long time to upload the video. I'm gonna be real, guys.
Did you use Loom, or is Loom cooked?
I use OBS Studio and then I just upload it to YouTube straight up.
Oh, okay.
Maybe if I have enough like money to start a side business, like another income source. Yeah, definitely, it'd be nice. You will never just get rich off trading. You have to do some other businesses, other forms of trading as well, crypto, options, stocks, legit anything. You just have to maximize earnings in all fields that you're in. Nah, I'm holding off until later on where I can open actual big positions. Right now, easily 5-figure positions are not really going to do much unless I do leverage. And I do not really feel good about leveraging. I don't got it like Sam.
Isn't it like kind of iffy about this? Isn't it kind of iffy with Islam too?
Yeah.
Leveraging.
Yeah. Also, I can't open up live accounts, so yeah. It's just gonna be futures props. I'm gonna be honest. All right, bet. Any other questions before I end the recording?
No, I'm good.